Tonight on the show, we want to delve into something that is controversial. It is complicated and it is deeply, deeply troubling. This is not something we get for do with we national passport as a country. We in recent times don't seem for be in the hand of almost every other foreign national. Waiting really we need for know regarding this particular situation. It is a deep concern because the national passport is a source of pride for every other Sierra Leonean. Tonight, we want to really take a deep dive into this very troubling and yet controversial issue with the Sheikh nation right now, because it borders around our reputation. What is the mystery about it? How is it possible that we passport, and not just the regular passport, but diplomatic passport, they be found in the hands of foreign nationals? What is the government saying about it? And waiting at the impact, social, economical, and even in terms of political, with this they get on we nation generally. For a very long time, this not particular issue we don't they seem like a sacred topic, because many people seem for isolate them, don't want to talk about it. You know say they happen, but because say you not get all the things them on the table, you really do not want to. But in recent times, it in international media, Sierra Leone passport in the hands of not just any other person, but somebody who gets criminal records and all. How damning is this for we country? Already, it is very difficult as a Sierra Leonean we hold a Sierra Leonean passport. And I'm saying this from personal experience. When you even travel outside the country to even get visas and stuff, with then kind situation they are now, where you get the national passport being found in the hands of people them we get criminal records and who are not even Sierra Leoneans, waiting at the negative effect where this they get on ordinary everyday Sierra Leoneans. We just want to go out there for try for make their lives better and by extension give back to society. So tonight we want to deconstruct this very critical topic. Yourself with the listen and watch, we get the opportunity for add your voice to tonight's conversation by way of calling us on 079-994-993. Me will bring the program to you like always. My name na James Fortune. And don't forget say there are two sides to every story. And even as we discuss tonight, understanding na a three-edged sword. That is your side, that is my side, but there is the truth we always do right in the middle. You can follow me also via our Facebook page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Stay with us. This is not a deep dive. The program where you listen to not a deep dive where they come to you live here on Epic Radio 99.3 FM with me, James Fortune. Tonight you can follow me live via our Facebook page at Epic Radio. And on tonight's show, we're talking about Sierra Leone's diplomatic passport in the hands of foreign nationals. What does this mean for we as a country? And what should we really know when it comes to this particular situation? In recent months, headlines them don't raise serious questions about how we diplomatic privileges where we get with other countries them, how they are being used, and who that them in fact get access to them, and why and to what extent. Yeah, this now because in recent times there's been instances, and this is not the first time. These are things we don't happen before, and plenty of people don't bring them to the fore. It's been on the news for several times. Wade and they say people we not to Sierra Leoneans now they hold Sierra Leonean passports, and not just the regular passports, but diplomatic passport. This is not something we very, very concerning. But let's fast forward to 2025. Waiting don't happen recently, and waiting we know as at this time. Now in March of 2025, a video went viral on social media. That video they depicts and be the link the then immigration chief Wena Alusain Kane to the notorious Dutch fugitive Wena Johannes Lydekkers, also known as Boleyos. Now, this person here is a convicted person, convicted in absentia, for large-scale cocaine trafficking all around Europe. Shortly after that particular video, they was online and everybody see him, the president, Julius Maada Bio, relieved Mr. Kane of his duties. Now, the footage and the report suggested some kind of a troubling tie between government officials, precisely the most senior person within the immigration service of Sierra Leone, we really raise the question of whether we institutions in themselves, are they truly independent or are they altogether compromised? Away from that, fast forward to October of 2025, a Turkish national, we later be identified, investigators them identify him as Abdullah Al-Ustam. We get a nickname Don Vito, and we as well investigators then they allege saying the leader of the true criminal organization was arrested in the United Arab Emirates. Now, according to the report, it indicated that he was found carrying a Sierra Leonean diplomatic passport. This, of course, now something as well we're very concerning. Now, immediately after this report here surfaced online, the Ministry of Information and Civic Education confirms say President Biodon ordered the full investigation and an audit into all diplomatic passports them where they don't issue out of the immigration service of Sierra Leone. But the crux of the matter is, should this be happening in the first place? Yeah. First of all, we get an issue of an alleged drug baron where they don't convict of crimes, drug trafficking in Europe, where then they allege, say, the Dutch government, they allege, say, he's here in Sierra Leone, for which we governments, we don't come out and say, oh, he's not here. Now, away from this, when I hold discussion in itself, and now we get this situation, because this was a situation whereby the Dutch government identified this person as Jos Leidekers, but government say, oh no, the person in the said photo, well, police say the person in the said photo na an alleged Umar Sharif. Now that's a discussion for another day. But when it comes to a passport, diplomatic passport being found in the hands of yet again another somebody we allegedly involved in drug trafficking, then it becomes very, 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 very concerning, because hey, what is going on? Now the question we every Sierra Leonean they ask, yeah, because back home we get we own half things them we the battle with as a country. Plenty Sierra Leoneans believe say you need to step out of Sierra Leone, go now foreign land for like even able get a shot at life, for make them out of poverty. With all of the negative press there, so with all of these bad things that are linked and associated with we country, the question therefore is, ordinary Sierra Leoneans, would they ever get the opportunity for go outside Sierra Leone and really make them big, being that when you step outside of the country, the first thing that other people go note about you now the fact say, oh, are you not from that country who say, hey, drug traffickers them they hold diplomatic passports? Allegedly. Now, these are the sorts of things where you expect government to be very, very, very proactive on, because it is in international media. And if not anything, if they are wrong, you want to be able to speedily come out and say, oh no, that is not the case. These are not the sorts of things that you just, as it is really the pattern as alone, you just they wait. After some time, it will die down. People often can say, oh, Salone, when it comes to any news where they take to social media and where they take people their attention, give them at most 72 hours, they don't done. And everybody don't forget but everybody don't move on to the next issue. But these are not the sort of things that just go away by themselves, because it stays there. The media, the world today where they live, it's a fast-paced world. You do something 1 minute now, the next minute it's in every other place. What do you do in that instance? Do we do the normal Salomon pattern and just sweep them under the carpet? Or do we really deal with them? Because this is not the first time really we the powers that be will tell you, say, okay, well, His Excellency don't order an investigation, but the investigations apparently the results can end up for be privileged results, because not everybody get for CM. And this is a concerning issue. It is something worth looking into, and it's something worth looking into fast, because it's not the first time. For one green country candy, one you are alleged first, there is an allegation that you are housing and you are keeping a notorious drug trafficker, for which the Dutch government don't they explore diplomatic means for get an extradition or extradition, either of them now. That's there. We, of course, not don't make any headway because the Sierra Leone police on this end is alleging that, well, the man in the photo with the man we, the Dutch government, they allege now two different people. That theirs is Omar Sharif and those ones is yours Lydeckers, which in itself, it's neither here nor there, but this is Sierra Leone, yeah? The things that were not possible now, so they're not boku like that. But this is a cause for concern. Now, shortly, we will come read an excerpt from the Immigration Service, them press release where them pull after where this diplomatic passport issue surface na the media. Now, I would read some aspects of I mean, we're showing it presently on our Facebook page, so if you follow me via our Facebook page, I'm sure the said press release should be on your screen now. It is dated 13th October 2025, yeah, and the title now, Investigation of Alleged Misuse of Diplomatic Passports. The Sierra Leone Immigration Department has taken note of media reports from Dutch, German, and Sierra Leonean outlets regarding the arrest of a Turkish national allegedly involved in criminal and drug-related activities reportedly found with Sierra Leone diplomatic passports. The government and the Sierra Leone Immigration Department view these allegations with utmost seriousness. Protecting the integrity of Sierra Leone's diplomatic privileges and national reputation is a top priority. By a directive of His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, the Sierra Leone Immigration Department has launched a thorough investigation to determine how the individual obtained such a passport and verify the authenticity of any supporting documents and identify any procedural failures or misconduct involved. Beyond this case, the Sierra Leone Immigration Department will also conduct a wider audit into the issuance and use of all diplomatic passports to ensure accountability and prevent future abuse. The Sierra Leone Immigration Department reaffirms its commitment to integrity, transparency, and upholding the nation's image. Any confirmed wrongdoing will attract swift disciplinary and legal action. Now, this is issued from the office of the current Chief Immigration Officer. Now, this was issued on the 13th of October. Today will already be the 5th of November. I mean, I am yet to see a conclusion or an investigative report into this particular issue. Well, first, the singular one we get for do with the Turkish national allegedly that was found with diplomatic passport, Sierra Leonean diplomatic passport. However, again, I continue to emphasize, these are not the sorts of things that you just take and you... this is not the first time, by the way, people that the Sierra Leone Immigration Service or departments, they launch an investigation into people where they hold saloon passports or diplomatic passports, and then they are not Sierra Leoneans, or they not go through the process, where they really beg the question: is it the case that we immigration process, is it compromised? If it is, then it is important that government come out and say so and really deal with them from the very core. Yeah. Is it a case that people ain't able to forget any other person, regardless of their background, can just get access to a passport? Why should this be the case? Because this is not the first time we country don't be linked to such. And waiting the way government don't put in place or prevent same while they're on this investigation where they seem for take, whatever. I know that somebody go want for say, well, no, it's an investigation, you need for say take time, and simply because it is on the media not necessarily means say it is true. Now that's all the more reason in fact why you need for get a speedy conclusion. And I'm not just saying rush to speed without really paying attention to details, but you can actually do both, because the image and reputation of the country is on the line. And in such an instance, you don't want the only thing where they at the fore, not the allegations. Because hey, people then they tend for believe a lie, not just because say that lie they seem like true, but because people then they afraid say, what if that lie they not true? And that's the case everywhere. Yeah? And when it happens, say now only the lie, now in there at the center, that is what is in the media, that's what people see. People tend to believe it. You tend to take it because there is nothing, within at the center where they tend for contradict that proposition they or that allegation they way whosoever they make. And that is important that we look into it, because at this point now, Salone Day at the crossroads, it's always at the center of bad news. And how can we attract foreign direct investment? How could we get people to come down here when at the thing where they are at the center of government initiative? We want investors them for come. But then, if we country image not look good, then we have a problem. We get a serious problem. Hello, good evening. Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Fox, good evening.
Yes, ma. Your name and who side you call from? Okay, unfortunately, we lost that particular caller there, but call we back. 079-994-993. Tonight, we're talking about we national passports. Precisely the issue will happen with a Turkish national being found with a Sierra Leonean diplomatic passport. Waiting this mean for the repetition of we country amidst the fact that we are currently battling an allegation that we country the house notorious fugitive, we then don't convict of drug related offenses in Europe, and then it is alleged that he's been housed here. Add insults to injury, now this situation waiting this mean for we country. 079-994-993 now the number we go call for. Add your voice to the conversation tonight. What can we do to remedy the situation? Is it that we overhaul we entire immigration service or immigration system? What really can we do? Hello, good evening. Yes, good evening. Your name and who side you call from?
I call from Godrich, Michigan.
Okay.
I'm a Seri Miller.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Anyway, this big problem over this country for people for them go arrest people there. They then get diplomatic passport when a Sierra passport. It really disgraceful in this country. What are they trying for? To us, this country, this country we will not get international bad name. The way they did before, when the government people, they wouldn't know what they wouldn't be careful. And the immigration boss, when the boss man, we know what they do. Because this national things is also now one nation. Because if Sierra Leone get problem, that the entire Sierra Leoneans and they don't get problem. Because any way to Sierra Leone travel, any Sierra Leone person travel, is then they look and say, hey, this that's also drugs business, that I get careful thing. Yeah, we don't know what they do.
Okay.
I'm your constitution.
Okay, thank you very much. 079-994-993. Now the number we go call for. Add your voice to the conversation. Tonight we're talking about Sierra Leone passport. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Your name and who side you call from?
Sasman, Angola.
Please go ahead, sir.
Well, I want to know when this man, when Usia and when he get his foreign passport. Because this is a bad thing for the nation.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
As a Sierra Leonean, we don't know how the people in the work up here now. When they issue passport to foreign people, then what are the criteria? How they forget with Salone passport? I really want to know when, which year, and how this man get his passport.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Apparently, unfortunately, that's an information we will not get at the moment, because government said and still they do investigation into the situation. Maybe when they conclude the investigation, that's something that they will let us know. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. This is Abakar from Phoenix.
Yes, Bakar, please go ahead.
I really feel that last week we unable to take part to that kind of program we began. I began big pressure.
Okay.
But tell Allah thank you are solved. Come to this area, you understand? Also today the government and president is talking about investigation. they get so many things when they go on investigation. Remember, for seeing nothing outcome. Take example recently to the ambassador we get issue in Guinea. Let me tell you about investigation. We know now that investigation they do. So what then they do them here for let the ordinary people let them get confidence, say them people are people already this way that. But when you check these diplomatic passports, and we don't ever get diplomatic passports where they don't issue out and pass this thing. And then why they don't issue the highest diplomatic passports this government and they tell you play. Then you next day again, any diplomatic passports where they give, it must come out either from the president or the president in lane, the north than they own any diploma. I'm not saying that we ordinary passports there. I'm not saying the ordinary one there. So now we remember now, His Excellency the President tell me they say they come for they can clean the image of the country because the way you think about Salon, you think about war. When you think about Salon, you think about corruption. When you think about Salon, you think about bad things. What do we see today where they happen? Today you go send people them for let them go lambo at different side and then they provoke we. Then there's different ways they provoke me. We see foreigners then. Then they get with passports then. Foreigners them, then they deal with to passport. If we the ordinary people them go for long go take passports. For them we access that passport day. They're not funny for we. How much today for passport? If we not get over 3 million, 3,000, you know they ever hold passports. How many Sierra Leoneans will get passports? Don't let me say ordinary passports. How many Sierra Leoneans they will get them? If when they give them diplomatic passport, they ask if they see improvements, we they see investors in the kind of the country. We go say, yeah, now because we want investors there, now make them see how they happen. But nothing like that, once you know nothing, no investor, wait till they see. Now drug after drug after drug. When you ask them, say they do an investigation. And wait till they go catch people in the pan. Now drug. Not any other thing. They go catch the drug. And they expect much, not to how they will tell me say they do an investigation, that kind of way, and they talk to me that kind of way. These are the things where I can always tell any somebody say they get very be careful with this. I will come back.
Okay, thank you very much. 079-994-993. Now the number we go call for add your voice to the conversation. And I tell you what, this is not the first time actually where people in the area say, oh, government is investigating. We remember the controversy around the former chief immigration officer, Alusain Kane, and then he was relieved of his duty. There was an investigation as well. How that investigation, they don't pass, how not pass, nobody knows. But this is Sierra Leone. Good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
James Fortune.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Abuloko Central Media One.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, my brother, may God bless you.
Amen.
For come up with them kind program there, you know, and this is so educative to the people of this country. And people in this country, they really want to know what's in the happen in this country. And all the Epic Radio, you're able to carry any program in this country for sensitize and educate the people about what's in the happen. May God continue to bless you and God continue to bless this radio station.
Amen. Thank you.
You know, yeah. And back to the topic, you know, this now we they say Pacrio say we sell with bad rights for cocoa. You don't see? Because at least this not a no dividend to the country for take a country in passports and give to foreigner. You know, a lawyers you go give to foreigner, but now under the right way, you have procedures them, you know, for at least give passport.
Hello.
So you're unfortunate for the authority them for waiting and they do so. And right now Sierra Leone and they find it difficult and they embarrass them out, you know, when they travel, now different airports them, you know, because of the bad name where Sierra Leone gets internationally. You don't see? So this the immigration department, you know, now they're responsible for this. And foreign affairs. Now they're responsible for this. You don't see? So once more, I tell you now, thank you for this program. make I not hold the line too much. So I'm out. The voice from Central One Media One. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for calling. 079-994-993. Call we and add your voice to the conversation. Interesting points there that we sell we bat right for Kokoyebe. Unfortunately, this year not we all later. It's only a selected few people already eat the yebe. Now that's even more troubling. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. This again Abakar from Phoenix.
Yes, Bakar, please go ahead, sir.
Now these are the biggest something this way, the more that we now we continue. I they tell you, my brother, now make it better we get the program deep dive. Now let me go down, let me go deep, so that we go able to know and we go learn waiting happen, waiting we do, let me clear the eye, let me sabi what they do. Now we expect much from His Excellency the President. We don't see the same thing happen under NPRC. The same thing can happen under this government where we paper, when a power or SLPP government. You don't see now. You understand? Now, what are they say? We can't see where we get salon, not to decide this way before test people. Then we decide to say, hey, we can't test you. Salon are country where they test. Now, this is the problem to the opposition. The opposition are them for stand this, for let them clean this country because then therefore be hard for them. But we see different people and they come. Everybody they come, they can't spark or waiting you want. Without the grant money. Well, other people and then they be there for ask if you wish Sabia. Una Sabi the origin, you know how they did. These are the things and this way we need for opening the eye. Now the thing that this way we need for watch. But not they watch. Look the carrier who country today. Then the country they go before. Between me and you, where they live now, between me and you, when they don't even get people outside where they talk to, between me and you, where they spend and day to day, you say they don't say nothing, no they go. Okay, now the call the way they make, like how they make them call there. Today they don't cut them. Who's be they buy 60,000 and 100,000? They call the way they make. Where they say when are the ordinary, where they make something they buy 4,000 and they talk. Now you know they gain no opportunity and no money. Waiting they go on. Now waiting we they see Kush, we they see the brother the dynasty. We they see the brother before you say they for them he died. When we say first time, now then they tell you about drug. When you go like Guinea not believe Saloma again. You go like Bia, they not believe way again. Waiting we go do. Salonia we just they live by international people and I don't they live. Plantation they will not be nothing where they grow by we. Waiting we go do. Salona the richest country in terms of mineral. Thank you very much. I will come back.
Okay, thank you very much. 079-994-993-814 at a time from a studio clock. Tonight we're talking about Sierra Leone passport. Good evening. Hello, good evening. 079-994-993. Please, where you they call, we try for move away from your radio set or you turn the volume down. If not, we're not going to continue with your call. Good evening. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening, Bakayoko. I call from Brazil.
Yes, Bakayoko, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. It's a what a wonderful program. I really appreciate it. But really sad and unfortunate, the so-called leaders and, then they go to give diplomatic passport to somebody where not to a citizen. You know what I mean? And they mortgage, whatever way they try to do. It's really sad. They try for investigate. Let them know that authority for a foreigner. And by the way, he's a lawyer. Is it right for the diplomatic passport to foreigner? Like that answer the go further.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to get that answer for me first before I go further. Anyway, so tell us not the line. You go further answer.
Yes,
That's
sure.
the question.
I
think this government they really need to do more. They really need to do more.
Okay.
Anyway, it's really sad. The issues are really many.
Okay.
They really get to do well. There are so many lapses where they really try to look at passport. Now you can imagine how many thousands the passport don't go. A citizen where you want to take passport. You don't get them 4,000-5,000, they get them. You can imagine then after we go don't go pay, again for take a whole lot of time, get really sad. Like I said, the issues are really many. They try to put mechanism in place going forward. Anyways, I appreciate them. We see go to be done the at the end of the day, they don't give you that opportunity. So I really appreciate them for that. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, thank you very much, Bakayoko. And as to your question whether foreign nationals can hold the national passports, generally it is no, but there are exceptional circumstances where government can make an exception, and in that instance they can do them in a transparent manner. And I believe say one of the box then where you need for tick for let even be eligible for the exceptional situation then are the fact that you don't forget any criminal record. So yes, they can in exceptional circumstances, but enough for be one shrouded in secrecy, or enough for even be one way then they use as a conduit or as a safe haven for people we get criminal records or criminal charges elsewhere. That's just how it is. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Your name and who side you call from?
Adembok, I call from where from.
Ah, yes, Bok. Please go ahead.
Well, now you into I be they expect like when you talk you see things them don't they go wrong in this country for long. They don't reach a time for the authority to stand up.
Yeah.
For look at them thing and they how they tear they go. And it's really bad. And I feel the immigration department will take a boss effort for minimize the corruption and then that department.
Agreed.
Because really, as you talk, now you into, I want the immigration boss do a proper investigation. I don't want to go much on the issue because the issue will be under investigation. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Bok. And I do agree with you that it is important for let them do a thorough investigation and come out with the conclusion, because it borders around with reputation. Because people can say if you lost money, you don't lost nothing, but when you lost your integrity and you lost your reputation or good standing in a society, then you lose everything. So it is important for thorough investigation to be conducted and let the conclusions be known. Good evening. Okay, 079-994-993. Now the number where you go call for add your voice to the conversation. Tonight we're talking about the situation with Sierra Leone passport, Sierra Leone diplomatic passport, which was found allegedly in the hands of a Turkish national, somebody that has already been convicted for drug trafficking. Where is serious concern about the integrity of the immigration system and waiting really they go on within the immigration system, because this is not the first time. Yeah, there's been several other instances in the past, and it's a cause for concern. Good evening. Yes, sir.
What do you for saying again? That particular immigration has started to be corrected. But I think for this government kind of power, they don't start so many. There's still the corruption. No, they do not really know which kind of strategy, a radical strategy way the bag will use or any other person for not let it able. I mean, let it eradicate. Somehow, because no good on corruption, or let it on any. I mean, country is stopped. They're not doing in America or other countries where they say, most of the but it's fast. So I don't know if any other way the way the car would try for focus. And what mind you, whatever do the happy under again for spend or again for spend we image or we can't see all the different countries whether they're good or bad now from there they start. You know, wake up for the captain, they get the way how they do things, welcome and we go out. Some of the things and this a lot. So the car really need for focus and that's why they active. I mean, they can say it's not to collect all together, but let them even minimize that. So it's much more better going forward. And the other people that we there around them, so around the so-called agents, people like that, they take the money to them. You know, at the end of the day, they don't be able to afford or give people them which they do. So I don't know if the government have they reconsider about some of the agents they are around. Not so only the immigration, even the SLRSA. Like them guys, they always there around where they really disturb people. Anyway, I appreciate. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. 079-994-993. Call we and add your voice to the conversation. 8:46 now the time from a studio clock. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello. Yes, sir. Your name and who side you call from? Yes, sir. Please speak a bit louder so we go get you clearly.
Yeah, concerning this passport issue, I don't want to enlighten you.
any diplomatic passport we get issue to any foreigner. Approved and signed from the office of the president to not the way somebody they get diplomatic passport with the president, so they are aware of. Yes, the chief immigration, so they are aware of, and other stakeholders that became the company. Okay, then I want. Then I don't want to know how much the fee for ordinary passport and then diplomatic passport. So the country, to be honest, out of 100% of Sierra Leoneans, people check, we get 35% of Sierra Leoneans and we don't get passport, even though we do come up to this national ID card issue.
Okay, thank you very much. I really cannot ascertain, whether, say, when they issue diplomatic passport, it has to be explicitly signed by the president. I don't think, say, Dandena the case. I don't think it's the president who necessarily signs for you to get a diplomatic passport. Now, I make you get the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. However, waiting clear now the eligibility criteria, because having a diplomatic passport now a privilege within they extend to certain Sierra Leoneans, or in other cases people them when are naturalized citizens of Sierra Leone, but you get exceptional clear circumstances where people them where they fall under that category there. It's not a thing that you just go to the immigration service and say, hey, I want diplomatic passport. It's a privilege where then they extend to you. That's why when you go na immigration, the only passport where you were able to pay for, now the regular kind, because then it's available to every other citizen. But diplomatic passport, no, it's a privilege that is extended to, individuals. And even the regular kind of passport, it's not just that you walk in there and then they give it to you like that. That's why you get the security process where you suppose for go through before they give you one. All of that they now for prevent their instance there. Say person go take passport, for use them for carry out a crime or criminal activities where at the end of the day go reflect badly on society. I mean, a lot of work needs to be done when it comes to immigration service, because so far so good. The information them, whether they're still in at the stage of allegedly or the ones that are actually proven, they're really troubling. 079-994-993. Call we and add your voice to the conversation. Tonight we're talking about Sierra Leone's passport. What do you think can be done? Somebody just call and say, well, they've laid off lots of people in recent times due to their link with corruption. So what more can we do? Good evening. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Auntie Marian, they call.
Yes, Auntie Marian. Please go ahead, ma'am.
If passport business, not to today, and then begin sell salon passport. Remember, during the war, the NPLC, when they in power, the one day we've been effective war, when I have been the leader at the NPLC. When salon passport, then the same way them they talk to salon passports now, they didn't have the answer foreigner then. When they interview the leader of the NPRC, he said yes, he sells salon passports because when he wants money for buy arms and ammunition for the war, because they're not being get money. So not to see this. They are only mommy they talk to you. Yeah?
Okay.
Not to see this salon passports they not begin viewing NPRC and then sell lots of passports then. Then the answer say yes, they sell them because they want money for buy arms.
Okay.
So you see?
Okay, thank you very much. 079-994-993. Call we and add your voice to the conversation. So what more can we do at this point in time? It's 2025. I believe say we don't need money for buy arms at the moment. We need money for plenty other things, but we don't need money for buy arms. So why is it still the case? That all of this bad press still defile the country when it comes to a national passport. 079-994-993. Call we and add your voice to the conversation. Tonight we're talking about Sierra Leone passport and 8:51. Now the time from a studio clock. This is not a deep dive where they come to you live here on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. And tonight on the show, we don't talk about Sierra Leone's national passport and the entire controversy around the allegation that national passport, diplomatic passport, was found in the hands of a foreigner. We get some relations with drug trafficking. Government still investigates the situation and there is no conclusion yet, so we still wait for that conclusion day. But as we wrap up the conversation, while we now listen to the Minister of Information and Civic Education, Mr. Chernoba, where he addressed this particular issue here. So when he was asked what is government doing about it, and are we getting it solved, we go reach conclusion whose findings them go be made public and people were responsible go be made for take responsibility for their action. Let's take a listen.
This idea of the diplomatic passport, the immigration department and we be issue a release will be shared. Indeed, we in Salone, the nationality of the individual, not to Sierra Leone, and that make the country with them return and to not to here. That's okay. But news report claims that the person gets Salone diplomatic passport and they affect we and we care about our reputation. And so immediately, His Excellency don't direct two things. One, a thorough investigation into how this particular individual gets Salone diplomatic passport. Whose document and this person will submit? Would I check the document there? What are the process we will go through and whether we meet all we process them? And two, for check the overall process by which Sierra Leone diplomatic assets, diplomatic passports have been issued and used for prevent misuse. But even if Ministry of Foreign Affairs go through all the rigorous process, you know me say what a man no go be criminals. Elect them candidates, then do you, will take you, will vet you, you pass all the exam. Will make you now the best, you pass all thing, will give you diplomatic passport. If possible, say they will give you somebody to go offer you some money, corrupt you. So that not mean say, oh, the person have been criminal or that we know say have been criminal. So important because sometimes people in the mention this. All countries in the world get criminals. Sierra Leoneans will be criminals. That's a fact. We will have people that we get with passport where they commit crime. Here and around the world. The question are what they do for events, for make sure say the loophole is not so easy that they go pass through, and what they do for deal with the issue that they.
Okay, so that's na Chernoba, when the Minister of Information and Civic Education will be the comment on the situation with the diplomatic passport. Now let's just basically waiting be the saying the fact that yes, it's possible, it's possible say yes, this person gets diplomatic passport and then he go commit crime, not necessarily connote or denote say at the time when them be they give him the passport, they indeed know say now before criminal intent and they gave it to him. Now while all of that they go be correct, yeah, the situation at the fact say the said individual is not even a Sierra Leonean. We really get lots of people them concerned. How is it possible that a non-Sierra Leonean go hold a Sierra Leone diplomatic passport? And if this person now a known trafficker, get criminal record that is so glaring, that's the reason why they hold him even now the place where they hold him. What kind of background security check will we do as a country before we issue diplomatic passport or even any kind of document where they come out of Sierra Leone? Because this is not the first time, it's not the second, it's not the third, not to today begin happen. So waiting really we don't they do where we they put in place for ensure say these things then happen as less as possible. And for this country, when it comes to whenever they say, oh, we are investigating, it often can be synonymous as we are not doing anything about it, because go end up see the result and they end up get a conclusion. Can we say that Dande in itself now one of the leading factors them why we get this continuous reoccurrence of this particular situation? Had it been that we don't really able to investigate, come to a conclusion, and ensure say whoever that is found wanting as a result of that investigation they made for answer for waiting he do or waiting he not do, then maybe we know for don't they get a repeat of same. Because you don't hear it from the callers them. This natty way don't they happen since the 1990s. And it is still happening now. What is the cause? Good evening. Hello?
Yeah, I'm supporting.
Yes, sir.
How do you think, sir?
No bad, sir.
Yeah, I'm speaking from Mountain Court.
Please go ahead, sir.
I let this program work out. Then I listen to main shout information. Now, the minister is why the worst things in this country are information. Because I listen to talk. This passport is looking for the only people there. Who they go for good passport. The time for financial they get. So even can be told the person can define you can go to my good to go but no, and the worst minister is for me from where I see minister of information. So this country I got sorry for you. But this country only what is sorry for who the poor and who the suffer people in this country.
Okay.
But this country they don't sell them to foreign anymore. Because it's right everything is affecting. But I only go sorry for you.
Okay.
You don't say when they talk investigation. If that picking way they say the BC alleged, you see teacher out and call for way then do protest they can go. Why investigation? Why one go that investigation? It's you for this stuff. They one go. So I don't say no more because we have I picture you
Okay.
I
Okay, thank you very much for calling. This is not a deep dive when it comes to you live here on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. And with the time from a studio clock tonight is 9 p.m. And this is how we draw the curtain down to tonight's show. You don't hear the different voices of people, them, Sierra Leoneans, them, and commenting on the stance of government and the reality we get for do with Sierra Leone's credibility on the global stage. We now another thing we do at stake at the moment. As citizens, important that we're able for demand the truth, accountability, and reform. We're not just based on headlines or based on political connotation, because the nation's passports now a symbol of trust. And when that trust they become something that is sold in everyday market like pepper and Maggi, then the country image in itself is what we are selling with it. And that's not the importance and relevance of, when we talk about this. Because when you talk about the immigration service, it's the gateway, whether you are coming in or you are going out. So just imagine, say you get your house and your main entrance, the domot way, the parlor domot or your main domot way they use for Komo and Gonado is compromised. It means that the house is not safe anymore because any other person can come and go how he wants. And that in itself is something where with you your everyday life, you also where you day, I'm sure you would not do that. Any of we day where you lock poel na you domot, they say okay, they left you domot open and go work. You try to ensure that it is fixed because that is just how important it is. So if we entry point as a country, if we get a broken immigration system, and I'm not saying that we've don't reach the stage that it's totally broken, but allegedly with all of these, backlogs them where we get all of these things. Today there is a allegedly Dutch drug trafficker that is being housed in Sierra Leone that is chilling with our immigration chief. Tomorrow there is this other thing, and then tomorrow there is another. The issues then just so boku. With all of these things going on, the impact on we country and we nation and we development is severe. That's the reason why it is important for us to talk about these issues and ensure say we get a conclusion, because in the very least in our own country we need for able for feel safe and need for ensure say yes indeed the people them we get the duty and responsibility for serve as watchdogs or for guard the remote, then they do their job. I am James Fortune, and the program where you don't listen to na Epic Radio's Deep Dive. Special thanks to me producer, James Cameraman, and of course to all we Epic Radio listeners them. We don't continue for keep up with the conversation, whether on Facebook or on radio. Until next week, we another very special edition of the Deep Dive will come to you on this same station at exactly the same time, 8 to 9 p.m. Stay informed, stay engaged, and as always, let the truth always set we free.